If I never saw you fight before, Walt, why should I come out to watch you compete on July 16th?
Man, fireworks, man. Fireworks. That's why you should come out. It's going to be exciting from round 1 to 5. And they ain't never going to let up. That's why you should come out. You want to come out, you want to see something, you want to see explosive kicks, explosive punches, a lot of good techniques, come out.
For sure,
July
man.
16th, come watch your boy.
Julien Virgin.
All my kings, queens, princes, and princesses, my man Walt McCord is now officially dropping jewels with Julien Virgin. I appreciate your time. Not how you doing, but how you living, Walt.
Man, I'm living good, man. I can't complain at all. I'm training hard, having good training sessions. Really just can't complain, man. I'm really thankful for where I'm at in life.
Indeed, man. You're 22 years old. You train every day. You're a professional Muay Thai fighter. Why?
Man, you know, that's a good question. And I've had this question asked to me many times over the years, like, why do you even fight? Like, what's the purpose? What's behind it? And honestly, like, my main thing is, bro, I would rather be doing something that I love than sitting behind a desk for 20, 30 plus years, getting vacations, whatever, for the rest of my life and being miserable. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is like going out and doing something that I love to do. And it could have been anything else but fighting, but I just chose fighting. You know, I've always been into like martial arts since I was a kid, you know, watching like anime and like different like little fight movies, like the Bruce Lee, everybody watched that shit growing up. So like watching all that, you know what I'm saying, just really inspired me over time to like eventually want to take it up. And so in 10th grade, I decided that I wanted to fight. I wanted to learn how to do it. Didn't know anything about Muay Thai then, and then just got into it.
What made you choose Muay Thai outside of another martial art?
Right. I actually tried MMA when I first came to the gym that I was at. And, man, I tried it. I did maybe like, I want to say like 20 sessions or so. The reason how I remember that is because I counted them shits because I hated them so much. And I was like, man, I really, really hate the ground game. Like, I respect it. I respect all the practitioners that are in jiu-jitsu, judo, and all those different type of martial arts. But I was just like, man, this shit is boring, bro. I do not want to do this. And so I was like, man, I'm just stick with the stand-up. And that's pretty much what happened with that.
So you started at 16. You're now 22.
15, actually, 15.
Excuse me. You started at 15. What did that process look like between 16 and 22, man? What kind of growth have you had, not only just in the gym, but outside of the gym?
Well, let's start with in the gym. So in the gym, like, I really figured out from ages 15 to 16, because that's when I really had like my first like couple fights and really started to realize like if this was for me or not. They always say that, like, when you fight the first time, you're gonna realize like, oh wait, I want to do this or I don't. You know, so when I had my first fight, you know, I was like, all right, man, like, that was tough and stuff like that. But, like, man, I actually like doing that. Like, I like the pressure. I like the challenge. You know what I'm saying? I like the blood. I like the violence and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I'm going to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? And over time, I was like, all right, man, I'm actually decent at this. I want to keep doing it and figure out how I can get better at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the inside of the gym. The outside of the gym, I feel like it's made me a much calmer person. I feel like when I was growing up, I was very angry. I was very, I was just really angry, man. I was really angry growing up, and I feel like fighting definitely helped me calm down and learn to be a more peaceful, patient, and just observant person.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, sitting down with Walt McCord ahead of his big fight against Justin McCullum at NFC Fight Night 147. You spoke about being angry growing up. Could you walk me through your childhood, man? Like, what did that look like? Where did that anger come from?
Man, I think it came from many things. I think a lot of it came from the type of relationship I had with my mom growing up. I won't speak on that just out of respect for her. But that, and then also the neighborhood, the environment I was in. I grew up on the west side of Atlanta, and in this neighborhood called The Bluff, over there by Bankhead. So, like, you know, a lot of stuff back then happened over there that was just crazy, and, like, it would always put kids in a really tough situation. A lot of my friends who were really young had passed. You know, unfortunately, you know, we all got stories like that. At the same time, you know, it depends on the person, how it affects them. It affected me mentally a lot. Like, I would just be like really quiet, you know what I'm saying? And then really quick to anger when something did happen. Never ever trying to work anything out or negotiate. I always wanted to jump into it first. And like, I remember this dope boy that like I used to be cool, you know, getting killed later. But he told me when I was a kid, man, he was like, hey man, you got to stop walking around here like you the biggest, baddest thing, dog. And I was like, what? I was like, what, man, I ain't worried about shit. I remember I'm like 5, 6 years old talking crazy to him. He was like, all right, bro, your ass gonna be dead. Keep playing around. And you know, that shit always stuck to me. I was like, dead. That was before any of my homeboys got killed. I was like, dead. Like, I didn't even think of that because I was a kid then.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, as the time went along, I always went back to what bro told me. Like as my boy Day died, my boy Tub died, boy this, that, the third died, or got locked up for life or whatever the case might be. I always went back and was like, man, he was right. After all that time, you can't be angry, man. You can't just be running around thinking that you're the biggest, baddest thing out here.
Now we're in a different part of Atlanta right now. Thank you for inviting me into your home so we could do this, man, and watch you train. How were you able to get out of the bluff and now be a professional Muay Thai fighter?
Right. Man, honestly, a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? It really took a village to raise me. You know what I'm saying? I can rattle off many different names, but I want to rattle off one name in particular who's actually fighting on this card with me, and that's TJ. I met him a lot later on down in my life when I was like 17.
Indeed.
And ever since I met him, I feel like he's really inspired me to like just be a better man. Not even just along the line of fighting. Like, you ever really talk to him and get to know the man, like, he don't joan nobody, he don't roast nobody, he don't do none of that funny business, no playing around. He's a very to the point, positive man, and like I really look to like be just like him, you know, even now.
That work is so beautiful to see y'all put in collectively and individually, and leads to this fight against Justin McCullum, Saturday, July 16th at District Atlanta. Talking about that fight, how does this fight come along with Justin McCullum? What do you think about your opponent? Strengths, weaknesses, how can you exploit those?
Strengths, I always like to start with people's strengths. Strengths, I think he's a very explosive, very talented, like aerodynamic guy. Like, he loves to do like a lot of like tricky stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know he really likes to fight. I can see it in his face anytime he's out there, and I really respect that about him, because that means I know no matter like how good of in shape I am, or no matter what, it's gonna be a good fight from start to finish. You know. Same time, I don't believe he sets those things up or thinks about it. I don't think he's a thinker in there. I think he's more of a doer, and that's not a bad thing. I just think that's something that is going to be very evident when it comes to levels and how I'm going to expose that. But other than that, like, I have a lot of respect for him, and I look forward to a war.
Outside of the why do you fight? I'm curious on how are you able to sustain a fighting lifestyle, man? We live in Atlanta. We talked about the rent prices. We train every day. On like a real man-to-man level, man, how are you able to pay your bills, take care of things, and be a professional fighter, only fighting a couple times a year? Right.
Only fighting a couple times a year, man. You got to pick up a lot of slack doing a lot of PT and stuff like that. And honestly, like, I even hate to say this, like you just said, as a man, like, a lot of that slack falls on your significant other, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? That's something that like makes me want to go harder when I'm training, and makes me want to win even more, and makes me want to be even better. Is because I know that a lot of that slack is falling on Hina. You know, and like I really respect and love her for that, because she picks up that slack with no problem. And not only does she pick up that slack, like, she fucking cooks for me. You know what I'm saying? She rubs me down. I be tired and beat down throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, my boys, if you want a good girl, get somebody like Hina, man. You heard it from me.
For sure, man. I respect the union that y'all have, man. And shout out to you for giving her that credit for holding you down.
Got to.
Walter McCord ahead of his fight, NFC Fight Night 147 against Justin McCullum. If you were to look back at 16-year-old Walt, 5-year-old Walt, what would you tell that man?
Bro, just hold it down, man. Just stay focused, bro. Like, all them tears and stuff that you crying right now, bro, it's all gonna make sense one day. You know what I'm saying? And don't give up. That's the main thing. I had a lot of times when I was a kid where I wanted to give up so bad because of situations that were going on. So I would just tell them not to give up and just keep pushing.
Would 16-year-old, 5-year-old you be proud of who the man that's sitting next to me right now?
I would say so. I would definitely say so.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Walter McCord ahead of his big fight, NFC Fight Night 147 versus Justin McCullum. If I never saw you fight before, Walt, why should I come out to watch you compete on July 16th?
Man, fireworks, man. Fireworks. That's why you should come out. It's going to be exciting from rounds 1 to 5. And they ain't never going to let up. That's why you should come out. You want to come out, you want to see something, you want to see explosive kicks, explosive punches, a lot of good techniques, come out.
For sure,
July
man.
16th, come watch your boy.
Before we part ways today, man, something on your mind, your body, your spirit. It doesn't even have to do with fighting that you want to leave me with here today.
Bro, just stay up and stay positive. A lot of stuff is going around in the world that is very negative. And I feel like if I could tell another black man anything, it's just to stay positive and keep doing what you're doing. I know you're a hustler just like I am. And so I just hope and pray that you just stay on the right path, man. That's it.
I received that 1,000%. But Walter McCord, I appreciate you for taking your time.
Already, bro. Appreciate you for having me, man.
With Julien.
Thank you. See y'all out there.